Today we're doing something a bit special. A little while ago, I ordered a custom body and neck from a company called Warmoth guitars. It was meant to arrive here in June, but due to a high volume of orders and presumably a few other delays, it got here in late July. But it came, so I'm happy. I did film my initial reactions to it, but because I'm stupid, I didn't record the audio properly. So here is my reactions without audio. I'm sorry there isn't any. In this video, though, I'm going to put it all together. You're going to see the whole process it went through to become a fully playable guitar. However, I should preface, I am not sponsored by Warmoth in any way. They do not know that I am making this video. They didn't pay me to say anything good about them. The entire idea for this video came from Mike Boyd. That being said, you can find links to all of Warmoth's pages in the description if you want to check them out, and I highly suggest you do because they were absolutely wonderful to work with, and I really enjoyed speaking with them over email, even though it was largely for asking where my guitar was. Let's start with the wire. Yeah, that's not what happened. I received the package on the 27th of July. I wasn't able to do anything with it until the 30th, when I met up with someone who helped me figure out how to interpret a wiring diagram. However, that same evening, while I was still trying to figure it out, this happened. We slid the body on the surface of my table, which scratched the finish so badly the paint came off. In the instant I noticed it, I was fine, but as time went on, I started to become increasingly frustrated. It started with stress over the complexity of how I was going to put this all together, then I started to become irritated at the scratch in the finish. By the end of it, I could only describe my mood as the angriest I've been in my entire life. We emailed Warmoth to see what could be done, and they asked for it back so they could redo the finish. Which meant I had to wait another couple weeks for it to ship back to Warmoth, then for them to refinish it, and then for it to ship back. Now, I've written this part before we shipped it out, but I will not be doing the wiring myself, at least not on video. It's just too far above my own skill level. I struggle to do setups on my own guitars. I always make other people do them. I really wanted to do this all myself, but I just can't do it without the aid of a tech who actually knows what they're doing. If you were hoping to watch me do wiring, I'm sorry, but that just isn't going to happen. But we pick things up after I get the body back from Warmoth. It's finally fucking back. Yeah, that was quite the extensive wait, as you are probably no doubt aware from the title card that I've totally put up, I hope. So yeah, it took a couple months, but buried under here, under this terrifying mess of packing peanuts, is my guitar completely rejuvenated. Along with, actually, I've also now gotten the neck plate because I realized I hadn't got it. So we're going to be extremely diligent and extremely careful about this. There it is. Yeah, so right there was where the scratch was. They did a really good job of refinishing it, thankfully. You can't even tell it was there. As it stands, we now have everything, and we're going to be very sure that nothing goes wrong as we put this together. Otherwise, it's another couple months wait before I actually get to use this thing. So, let it begin. So here I'm putting on the tuners. I'm using a set of Spertzel locking tuners, which are the no drilling ones, specifically. I put one on to make sure that it actually worked, and seems fine to me. So there's not really a lot interesting to say. I'm just montage at this point. Well, there's a headstock, or, well, there's tuners. I get to say I did this now. So that's cool. Awesome. So that's all that I can do for now.
Alright
Alright, so the electronics work is done. Thanks, Caden, for the help. I've not seen this yet, so I don't know how it looks. This is going to be the point when it starts to kind of look like a guitar. Oh shit! Oh, that looks so much better with that. Okay, so for reference, I didn't buy the pickup rings. It's just that Caden texted me earlier today to put them in, or if I wanted any to put in, and I just said, yes, make sure they're black, and that looks so much better. It makes the pickups look like EMGs, so I think I like that. And of course, volume, on push-pull on both volumes, and then the tone knob, three-way switch. That worked. That looks so good. Now what we have left to do is to put it together. Well, put it together even further. So, yay!
Same color as your hair.
Yay! So now is a point of no return. We have to fit the neck. So the way that I got this guitar is I got it with a contoured heel, which means that this part right here, if you can see that, is actually slightly angled upwards, which in turn means that if I used 4 screws of the same length to put through this part of the body, it would come up through the fretboard. Now, obviously we don't want to do that, so Warmoth sells screws specifically for contoured heel guitars. The shorter ones go more towards the headstock side, the longer ones go more towards the bridge side. This is a point of no return, because if I fuck this up, I have to wait for the neck to come back now, so... oh god. So, it's done. After a 7.5 month wait, my custom guitar from Warmoth Guitars is finally done. And just look at it. This looks a lot better in person, I promise you, but this is genuinely one of the best looking guitars that I own. And I have much more sentimental attachment to this guitar because of the adventure that it had to go through in order to become a fully playable guitar. And I am more than happy to have added it to my collection. This makes 11 now, if you're curious. Would you guys like to hear what it sounds like? So that's what the guitar sounds like, and also looks like as far as my actual videos go. Yeah, like, it sounds absolutely killer, is the best way to put it. There's probably a number of things I need to do. I'm actually going to be taking it to a friend to get it set up in a little while, but like, it actually does still play really well for me having built it. So anyway, and I want to state one final time before this video ends, it's not sponsored by Warmoth in any way, but their links are in the description if you want to go check them out at all. So yeah, with that, I'll see you guys eventually for another video. I don't know when this is going up. As a result of that, I'll probably see you on a Sunday.